directors, alumni, faculty, parents, students, and friends of Notre Dame Belmont. My name is Caitlin Degnan, and I'm currently a junior. This year, I've had the opportunity to be president of the Notre Dame Fund of Future Student Leadership Committee. I'm truly honored. I'm truly honored to welcome you to this evening's event as we celebrate health and wellness and our outstanding Notre Dame honorees. Dr. Bridget Marchetti Phillip, Dr. Jacqueline Evans, and Dr. Deanna Marchetti Barrett. To me, being a student at Notre Dame means sisterhood. We have such a tight-knit and special community that surrounds us daily. Everyone treats each other with kindness. As soon as I first entered the school, I immediately felt the welcoming presence of my sisters. When I walk into the classroom, I never feel scared to ask a question because I know everyone here truly listens and welcomes my opinion. I can express my opinions and learn about how to deal with adversity in the world because of the in-depth conversations that we have. I feel the environment that Notre Dame has created is setting me up for success both now and in the future. I know that here at Notre Dame, I have made friendships that will last a lifetime. We will now begin our evening with our school prayer, followed by our meal. Student leaders will be inviting you to the buffets by your table, and I thank you in advance for your cooperation. Once again, thank you for being with us this evening in support of our Fund of Future scholarship benefit, as it is a vital aspect of spirit and tradition of Notre Dame's education. I will now be introducing Mia Muzi, who will be leading us in our school's prayer.
Good and gracious God, just as the sunflower turns toward the sun, transform our hearts to be dedicated to you. Empower us to become a community of faith, service, and leadership, confident that we can inspire unity. Encourage us to be lifelong learners, mirroring the example of St. Julie. Join with the traditions of Notre Dame, may we embody the goodness of God each and every day. St. Julie, pray for us. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Adriana Esquera, and I'm a sophomore here at Notre Dame. I'm also a proud member on the Fund of Future Board Committee. Being a student at Notre Dame entails being part of a sisterhood that I'll have for my entire life. It means that I am part of a strong community which will always have my back and support me no matter how big or small the difficulties I encounter are. It means that I am a woman leader who will venture out into the world and make changes even if there are little ones. It means that I am a courageous, brave student leader that is willing to assist anyone and everyone in need, especially my fellow Notre Dame sisters. The countless opportunities Notre Dame has offered me allowed me to step out of my comfort zone and collaborate with others. Being a Notre Dame student has allowed me to be the greatest version of myself. I am beyond grateful with all the positives Notre Dame has blessed me with. I cannot think of my life without my second family here, which is why I'm so passionate about giving others the same opportunity I have. Fund of Future truly enables the gift of not only an outstanding education, but a family. Thank you.
When I walked on Notre Dame campus for the first time in 5th grade, I knew that it was for me. It was the easiest decision of my life. It was really just the feeling I got of community. I stepped foot and I knew these are my people. These are the people that I want to be around. This is a place that uplifts and inspires me.
The person I came into Notre Dame as a freshman was so different than the woman that I graduated out as. From the classroom environment to the sisterhood that's created amongst being with other students who share like minds and like values and like experiences, but then also being challenged by those who come from a variety of backgrounds, just shaped my vision for who I wanted to be in the world.
When I came into Notre Dame, I was afraid to speak up. I felt that there was a man who could do it better than me, or that I just didn't belong in a leadership role. And being in that all-girls environment, it was an equal playing field from the start, and my only competitor was myself. I truly felt like I could do whatever I put my mind to, and I just felt so empowered to become a leader.
I chose to come to Notre Dame because I felt like there was a real benefit in an all-girls education. I felt like it was a place where I could try a variety of things, academics as well as athletics or extracurricular activities. I liked that we would never be overshadowed by a football program. I loved that for student council, it was all run by female-driven.
I take a lot of honors and AP classes. That's been something that I've been involved in since freshman year. I really love to challenge myself academically. I also have been on the tennis team for 4 years, 2 years on JV, and 2 years on varsity, this year as a captain. I'm also currently on ASB as our communications director, so I'm involved in a little bit of everything around here.
I could go on all day about the benefits of an all-girls education, single-gender education, and I don't think I realized it until after I was in college, how I was empowered at Notre Dame. I was quiet, I was very shy, and now I talk for a living. I love it, and I believe so much in the mission of a Notre Dame education, and that's why I came back.
And Notre Dame is great in terms of celebrating the individual, celebrating everyone's vision for who they want to be, the walks of life that they come from, the evolution in terms of who they are and their talents, and I think that all comes back to the roots of the learning environment, and Notre Dame's roots are so strong.
When I came back to Notre Dame as a parent, I really wanted to get involved with Fund a Future because I know how important Notre Dame was to my success in life. I think that through Fund a Future we can raise funding so that anyone who wants to seek a Notre Dame education can have that opportunity.
Fund a Future is so critical to making a Notre Dame education a reality to any student who wants to be here. Students can come to campus every day and not have to worry about whether or not they're going to be able to stay here. They are here, they're ours, from the moment that they walk in this door, and that is truly based on the generosity of our supporters.
Being from a single parent household, tuition assistance has been everything to me. I literally would not be able to go to Notre Dame without it. I can't imagine myself going anywhere else. I don't think I'd be the person I am today without Notre Dame, and through that, without the assistance I was able to receive.
The funds that we raise through Fund a Future go entirely to our scholarship funding. So everything we make through our Fund a Future benefit goes directly to tuition assistance. Without that, there are a lot of students who wouldn't be able to afford a Notre Dame education.
Everyone's generosity enables us to evolve. Every single supporter in time and generosity and in effort grows the mission that is Notre Dame Belmont. Fund a Future is so critical to making a Notre Dame education a reality to any student who wants to be here.
I absolutely know that enrollment would increase if we were able to meet the needs of more of our applicants, and I would love to be able to help students fulfill their dream of coming to Notre Dame and having a Notre Dame education. It would absolutely change their lives. I know that the money raised tonight will absolutely make a difference in the lives of these students.
I want to say thank you to everybody who believes in our mission. I want to say thank you to those who are first-time donors, first-time visitors, and those who have been with us since day one, who have experienced a Notre Dame education firsthand or have loved and cared for somebody who has received a Notre Dame education. This night means everything to us because this helps us to grow the mission, to continue to do what we do, to continue to cultivate women of character, students of authenticity, change makers in the world. We could not do what we do without the support of this community and every supporter of Notre Dame High School.
I hope you all enjoyed that wonderful video, and now I have the honor of introducing our head of school here at Notre Dame, Ms. Estela.
so much for being here with us tonight. As that video said, this evening is everything to our community. Your support, your partnership, being here with us in solidarity just means the world. To myself as head of school, to our faculty members in the audience and not with us, all of our student body, we are so grateful to have you in attendance. And I have said to so many people this evening, it just feels good to be in a room full of people and to see faces and to have conversations and to be able to give hugs and handshakes. And so I'm really, really excited to be here with you all this evening. And I thank you for being here with me and for being here with us. You're going to hear more from me later, but right now, what I want to do is acknowledge the individuals who make this community possible and specifically who made this evening possible. And there are so many of them. And so I'm going to ask if we could hold our applause until the end, and then we're going to do a resounding round of applause for all of their hard work and efforts. But to begin with, this evening would not be possible without our Director of Advancement, Celine Curran. Celine worked alongside an incredibly dedicated committee who supported this event, our Fund of Future committee members who have been on this journey and this event for a number of years now. So thank you to all of them. I want to thank members of our Board of Directors who are here with us this evening. Thank you for your support. We are so fortunate this evening to be joined by our newly elected San Mateo County Sheriff, Christina Corbos. So Christina, Sheriff, thank you so much for being here with us tonight. I want to thank our tri-school partners. Notre Dame is part of a greater community, our tri-school network, and so I want to thank both Sarah and Mercy for being here this evening and supporting us in our mission. I want to thank our Student Leadership Board. Some of them have come up this evening and spoken. They have worked behind the scenes to plan this, and we're so grateful for their example of leadership here in our student community. I want to thank our student volunteers who helped to greet all of you, to pass hors d'oeuvres, to clear tables. Thank you all so much there in the back, and I just appreciate you all giving your time and effort and energy to us. And of course, I want to thank members of our faculty who are here this evening. Faculty is my favorite word. It's a combination of both staff and faculty, all of the members of our community who show up day in and day out to support our students, to make their education a reality. We could not do what we do without them, and all of you and all of our partners. So if we could give everyone a round of applause, please. All right, so at this point in the evening, I am thrilled to invite our honorees. If you could please come up and join me on stage, that would be terrific. And then I am going to be introducing our moderator for the evening. But first, if our honorees could come on up, please. She is an NDB graduate of the class of 1986 and is also the mother of two graduates, Emily, the class of 2015, and Tiffany, the class of 2016, as well as the mom of a Sarah Padre, the class of 2019. A fun fact is that she and her class of 1986 have had a Christmas party reunion every single year since they graduated. So that sisterhood is thriving with the class of 1986. Please welcome Antonia Ellis.
Good evening, everybody. I am just so thrilled to be able to introduce to you tonight three extraordinary women who are making great strides in the healthcare field. They make a significant difference every single day. So first up, I would like to introduce Bridget Marchetti Phillip from the class of 92. Is a board-certified pediatric anesthesiologist who ensures the safety of patients who are about to undergo surgery. She has managed the anesthesia department for Santa Clara Valley Medical Center for almost 11 years. Dr. Phillip completed her residency in anesthesiology at Stanford University, where she was appointed chief resident in her last year. She spent an additional year at Stanford Lucile Packard Children's Hospital, where she was trained in pediatric anesthesia to care for neonates and children in the operating room. And here's a fun fact. Bridget met her husband, Brian, when she was in kindergarten at Our Lady of Angels School.
Good evening, everyone. A special thank you before I start to the Fund of Future Committee, Meredith Estelat and the Notre Dame administration, and the Student Leadership Committee for choosing to recognize me during this special night for Notre Dame Belmont. It means so much to me. What an honor to be recognized at my alma mater with these two accomplished ladies behind me, one of whom I'm so especially proud of as my little sister. Well, I'm the most senior one of the bunch tonight, and I started here at Notre Dame High School in 1988 as a Green Gator in the freshman class with several other women in the audience. Without a doubt, my high school experience was a real positive, special one for me. It was here at Notre Dame that I learned about what I possibly wanted to do with my life, and why the concepts of confidence and togetherness would play such a vital role for me. What do I mean by this? While maturing through my teenage years here at this all-girls Catholic high school, I started to build up my self-confidence to be uniquely me. Whether this meant contributing in the classroom to speak my mind when it may not have been most popular, or signing up to experience something new all by myself, this Notre Dame environment nurtured a sense of independence in me to do these things. Likewise, to balance this spirit of confidence, I learned here at Notre Dame Belmont that I also flourished when I had my trusted people all around me, my tribe, many of whom are here tonight. With trusted, genuine people around me and an evolving sense of confidence, I became determined to pursue a profession whereby I could serve others in some way with my love for science. Now, having practiced as an anesthesiologist for almost 20 years, I can honestly say that it has been my privilege to spend my entire career at Santa Clara Valley Medical Center. It is the largest hospital in Silicon Valley with about 700 beds. We are the public safety net hospital for the County of Santa Clara, and that's why I stay. We provide medical care for everyone in the community, regardless of medical coverage or the ability to pay. As part of my almost 20-year career, I served as chairwoman of the anesthesia department for almost 11 years. And I experienced the trials and tribulations as an administrator. However, this did not give me true fulfillment. What has given me gratification over the years is being able to teach 20 different classes of Stanford anesthesia residents, the next generation of physicians. In addition, my profession every day at Valley Medical has become a mission. A mission I wanted to carry forth when I left Notre Dame, to care for those in need without question, and to serve others. Unfortunately, in this mission to serve, my sense of confidence has been molded and tested by unanticipated stressors, such as this horrible COVID pandemic we recently faced. For us in anesthesia, we were devastated. Why? As anesthesiologists, we were frequently called for patients in critical states when nothing else was working, and the only option was to put a breathing tube in a patient in extremis. Given the gravity of the COVID infections, each of us knew that by entering an ICU room, we not only put our own life at risk, but more profoundly, we understood that we may be the last human being to interact with patients prior to them passing from this dangerous virus. Probably more than any time in my career, it was during this COVID time that the concept of togetherness impacted my life. My trusted colleagues, many of whom are sitting here tonight, were there to get me through these experiences without hesitation.
With our combined senses of self-confidence, we survive these devastating times. So with that, I want to just take the time to briefly thank those who helped me along the way appreciate the need to balance a strong sense of confidence with my need for togetherness. Undoubtedly, my parents, Joe and Franca Marchetti, both immigrants from northern Italy, came to this country, assimilated, and laid a strong foundation for me at home around a dinner table. They instilled in me that family comes first, no matter what, and that education is a gift that no one can take away. This continues to give me balance, for which I will forever be grateful. Then a special thank you to the Capuchin Franciscans at Our Lady of Angels, who reinforced a faith-filled platform at Our Lady of Angels from the time of my grammar school to the present. A special thank you to Notre Dame Belmont and to the Sisters of Notre Dame for being that stabilizing force during my teenage years, which helped springboard me forward to be able to achieve in college and beyond with a desire to serve others. To all my strong, fearless female people, from Notre Dame and beyond to Stanford and Valley Medical, thank you for helping me balance every day and juggle my life. I know I'm biased, but believe me when I tell you that the women of Valley Anesthesia are some of the most talented, strong, compassionate physicians you will ever meet, and it is an honor for me to juggle my life with you every day as mom, as wife, as a doctor, and as a friend. And last but not least, to my 3 patient rocks who ground me every day and every night. To my Sarah Padre from the class of 1992. It's been 25 years. What a journey it's been. You got me through it from our 1990 Sarah semi-formal until now, 25 years later, thank you. And finally, to my Sabrina, my Olivia, my life. Stay confident, stay strong, find your people, and learn about this necessary balance in life, hopefully while you're both here, both of you, at Notre Dame. I'm so proud of you guys. Thank you.
Okay, next I'd like to welcome to the stage Deanna Marchetti Barrett, class of 97. Dr. Barrett is a licensed psychologist. She works closely with a team of neuropsychologists who provide diagnostic assessments for a variety of presentations, including ADHD, learning disorders, autism, mood disorders, psychosis, traumatic brain injury, and dementia. Dr. Barrett's passion is working with children, and she said that the best compliment she ever received was from a 6-year-old who said that his time with Dr. Barrett was better than a day at Great America. Fun fact, Diana was voted J. Notre Dame for the class of 1997 in the senior polls, and she was also voted salutatorian by her senior class. So please thank you.
I am so overwhelmed, so I'm going to go a little low for a second. When I got here tonight, I had this overwhelming sense of excitement and pride, which started early this morning when we were invited to talk to the Notre Dame student body. And I see them all standing back there, so I hope you're listening. You guys don't know what an honor it was to talk with you. And to each of you that I met today and shook a hand with, I want you to know that you impacted my life. And I was so very honored to hear how they could relate to my story that I shared and know that I'm always here as a resource and a support for you. I also just wanted to say as I look around here, part of the reason I'm overwhelmed is because I see so many of you from so many different areas of my life represented here. I have my rock table right here, my family. So many of my Notre Dame High School girlfriends that I have formed the unbreakable bonds with, and I forever love you all. I have my OLA community represented here. I and there's so many of you who started out as dear friends, and I truly consider to be my family. And I have my husband's family here, including his grandmother, and my kids are fortunate enough to have a great-grandmother who's so present in their life, and I'm so honored to have her here as well. So I just wanted to say thank you all for being here tonight. So it is just absolutely a privilege to be standing here, and I promise that Bridget and I did not hear each other's talks before tonight, so I want to say sorry for any overlap, but it's clear that we were, I guess, molded from the same thread. How do I begin to convey the depth to which my Notre Dame education has impacted the woman I am today? My parents, as you just heard from Bridget, were Italian immigrants who arrived in the United States chasing the American dream with nothing except a very strong work ethic and a doll that my mom left on the boat when she immigrated. My father created an incredibly successful construction company, the impact of which you can see at the beautiful Nuns residence here. He was so proud of that project. He did it all with a Rocky Balboa kind of determination, with the unwavering support of my mother, and with a steadfast faith in God that was unwavering even in the face of death. My mom worked equally hard, ensuring that we studied, completed school assignments to the highest standard, and always did so on a full belly of home-cooked meals, all while volunteering at numerous charity organizations. A mother's work can never be underestimated. But why does it all matter? My parents always says it starts at home. They were always my number one teachers before I attended Our Lady of Angels School in Burlingame and then proceeded here to Notre Dame. For my parents, providing a Catholic education was never a question. And my dad would always laugh and say, "Work harder, Dad." And although he laughed, I realized that even at a $21,000 four-year education, so that was for 4 years, the work that my parents had to do to make this happen was no laughing matter. I received a top quality education, learning from dear Father Downey how to use parallel structure in my writing. Learning from Mrs. Lowenstein how to write the most appealing college essays. And I can't neglect Ms. Donay, who was my freshman advisor here. I also want to take a time to mention dear Mr. Ryerson, who was just an absolutely amazing man and whose passion for teaching was so infectious. He would start every class with the song, "Girls Just Want to Have Fun." It was here at Notre Dame that I took my first psychology class, an opportunity that ultimately determined my career path. But beyond an education, Notre Dame taught me critical life skills. When I could not balance the reading demands of honors history and honors English my freshman year, I learned to self-advocate. I practiced being a leader in campus ministry, Junior Statesman of America, and student government. Self-discipline came with balancing advanced placement and honors classes with extracurriculars. Risk-taking in a safe environment afforded an opportunity to learn to cope with setbacks and failures. I even tried synchronized swimming, of which my mom has VHS videotapes showcasing my extraordinary talent. But most importantly, Notre Dame allowed me to establish my core support, 5 of whom are here tonight and are a testament to the type of women this institute nurtures, all in helping professions, including teachers, the head of a high school resource department, my daughter's Catholic school principal, and law enforcement. Prepared with a well-rounded education and crucial life skills, I headed to Santa Clara, where I double majored in psych and Italian, before advancing to the University of Montana for a doctorate in psychology.
Since completing a postdoc at Stanford in child and adolescent psychiatry 14 years ago, I have been part of the Abbey Clinic, where I am the director of assessment. And I'm honored to have my big boss man here tonight, although he says that he's the owner and I'm the boss. Although assessment is a very integral part of our practice, the mission of our clinic goes beyond a diagnosis that is needed to simply get accommodations within the school environment or for standardized testing. Our mission is to identify gaps in brain development in order to provide interventions that alter the developmental trajectory, thereby allowing each client to become the best version of themselves. That is our why, and it is a why that parallels the mission of Notre Dame, which allowed me to become the best version of myself. But recently, we were faced with unprecedented times during the global pandemic. After realizing that remote was our new reality, after that trick of telling us that we would be closed for 2 weeks, we mobilized to move assessment and treatment services to a virtual platform while upholding the integrity and validity of the process. Now we are able to reach clients all over the U.S. that would otherwise be unable to access these mental health services. The pandemic brought an incredible escalation in depression and trauma and anxiety. People were isolated, terrified of getting sick. Many worried about frontline parents going to work. Some lost loved ones. None of us knew where to get toilet paper. Moreover, diagnosing learning differences was complicated by unparalleled gaps in learning due to interruptions in schooling. And finally, long-term COVID symptoms have presented us with challenges in treating lingering cognitive fog and fatigue. Moreover, I am blessed to be part of a team that allows me to prioritize my own family. I have been blissfully married to my husband, also Sarah alum, and Deputy Sheriff for 14 years. We had an opportunity to renew our vows this past summer, and he said yes again. And even though I drive him crazy with the haphazard way that I load the dishwasher, which he unloads to reload the thread, we are an unstoppable team. We have 2 bright, funny, and well-rounded daughters, Maggie 6 and Sammy 12. And next year, Sammy will make a pivotal decision for high school. And although we tell her and encourage her to explore all of her options, she insists that like her mom, her Aunt Bridget, her cousin Sabrina, and cousin Olivia perhaps, and her great Aunt Jeannie Barrett, that for her, Notre Dame is her only path. There is no greater gift that we would be honored to give our children than that of a Notre Dame education. An education consistent with our family values and faith, no matter what it takes. Moreover, thank you again for this honor. I look forward to my continued involvement with this exceptional institution that has played a pivotal role in allowing me to become the best version of myself as a professional and most importantly as a wife and a mother.
Okay, next I'd like to introduce Dr. Jackie Evans. Dr. Evans is from the class of 05, and she is a licensed optometrist who lives in Denver, Colorado, so she's come a long way. She practices as an independent doctor of optometry who specializes in contact lenses, dry eye treatment, and comprehensive optometric care. In 2021, Dr. Evans opened Ellington Eye Care, which was named after her son, Bronson Christopher Ellington Grady. It was the first optometry practice within the entire Walmart company to utilize teleoptometry to allow patients greater access to care. And here's her fun fact. Jackie has a gourmet donut business called Confection Collection. She enjoys baking her delicious creations for farmers markets in Colorado. I think we'd all like to try something. So please help me to welcome to the stage Dr. Evans.
I might put this here. The less I use my hands, the better. Okay. So I just wanted to tell you guys, I was here this morning, and I've spoken to several staff members, and the feeling is just that this is a timeless institution, truly. The girls are just as amazing as what they were when our class was here. They have such a strong sense of integrity, of confidence, of an ability to enter a room and make their presence known and to communicate so effectively. And I think that is just even more proof that this scholarship fund is priceless. And so, it's such a privilege and an honor to truly be here. So I will start out saying faculty, staff, and administrators of Notre Dame, I want to sincerely thank you for granting me this opportunity to be here this evening. Not only to share my unique healthcare experience that was transformed in the wake of COVID-19, but to perhaps reveal more importantly how my Notre Dame education provided me with an instrumental foundation needed to create the life that I desired and to pursue a career anchored in faith, perseverance, and action. When I look back at my very humble beginnings, my story would never have begun without the cornerstone figures in my life, my grandmother and my 3 great aunts. They left Texas in the 1940s in search of a better life in California, where they spent their working years as domestic help in the homes of wealthy Bay Area families. But by the time I had made my unexpected appearance into our family in 1987, they were enjoying somewhat a life of retirement. Yet during those previous arduous years of work, they had gleaned that education was indeed a great equalizer. And I would take my place amongst the privileged individuals who had received a Catholic education at St. Matthew's and San Mateo, despite the enormous costs that might be incurred in even doing so. Determined to protect me from further devastation as a child of parents entrenched in a seamlessly hopeless battle with drug addiction, these 4 women pulled their Social Security checks together for 9 years to ensure that I would continue to receive this quality education. My subsequent acceptance into Notre Dame was a rhetorical continuation of what my family had wished for me all along. However, with 2 of the original 4 pillars deceased, the financial logistics of my attendance were a genuine concern. As fate would have it, one of the children of the families that my great aunt Maggie had worked for had been an NDB alumna. She reached out to Rita Gleason to disclose the inability of my family to pay my tuition, and the rest was history. I was officially a scholarship fund recipient. Although I was very conscious of the immense privilege that I had been afforded, I was never made to feel that I did not deserve it. Therefore, I allowed myself to enjoy my time here at Notre Dame fully. Without any exaggeration, it was a golden experience. Never before had I received such a nurturing, guiding, and support system to excel both academically and socially from teachers and staff. My best friend Crystal and I continue to look back at our time at NDB as some of the best days of our lives, hands down. But for me, it was also a place of refuge when home life struggles became too difficult. As we were pushed to cultivate a strong work ethic, we realized quickly that dreams could truly be achieved when coupled with intentional action. The intrinsic dynamics of the single-sex education at Notre Dame proved vital in planting a seed of truth that an educated woman could take on any worldly frontier that she chose. Following my time at NDB, that was punctuated by my role as an ASB officer, I knew that the next frontier for me was to obtain a college education. After graduating from UCLA in 2010 with a degree in biological anthropology, that my subsequent academic and professional goal was to become a doctor of optometry. Through being raised by a grandfather that had become legally blind in the 1970s due to the devastating effects of diabetic retinopathy, I knew that there existed a true need to preserve the fragile preciousness of eyesight, and I viewed it as my calling to help others preserve their own. So after studying at Southern College of Optometry in Memphis, Tennessee, I found that I had finally accomplished a goal and become an eye doctor at the age of 26. Corporate optometry for 7 years, practicing as an area doctor for America's Best in Denver, Colorado. During this time, I accomplished goals that once seemed so distant and so impossible, given my family background. I got married, bought my first home, and traveled the world. But professionally, I wanted to push boundaries just a bit further. I had always been a huge supporter of the unique technology in the field of optometry called teleoptometry. In 2018, a subset of teleoptometry emerged as a means to provide remote comprehensive eye care to patients in rural and underserved areas, securing its legitimacy by yielding nearly identical prescribing and treatment outcomes for patients as would traditional in-person exams. Following the launch of its first teleoptometry platform, I was hired by Digital Optometrics as a remote optometrist in 2018 and quickly realized that I was passionate about the advancement of this field. As one of the company's lead optometrists, I soon found myself performing exams for corporate leaders at Luxottica and IMED, amongst others, while also garnering appearances in news publications such as Fox News and also Vision Monday, discussing the details of a topic that I had become somewhat of an expert on. Yet, when the entire world was faced with the fear and the uncertainty of the pandemic in 2020, I was presented with a silver lining of opportunity. It quickly became clear that the eye care needs of patients did not stop during this time. Patients called desperately to get renewals of their contacts, their glasses, prescriptions in the wake of all of the shutdowns. Thus, the acceptance of this very formally obscure teleoptometry grew exponentially by both providers and patients alike. I remained in luck that a little-known company by the name of Walmart agreed to give me an unrestricted chance to open my own teleoptometry practice in a Walmart Vision Center in Westminster, Colorado. I was the first person in Walmart to ever implement such a practice model. In September 2021, after giving birth to my first child, Bronson Christopher Ellington Grady, 1 year early, I opened Ellington Eye Care. Guided by the confidence that had been instilled in me at NDB, I chose to pursue my dreams in the face of uncertainty and was able to watch myself transform into a businesswoman and an entrepreneur. After merely 1 year, Ellington Eye Care has grown into a multi-state remote eye care practice with 14 locations in 6 states, including Colorado, Maryland, Pennsylvania, Florida, and Maine. I like to think that this is just the beginning of a lifelong mission in embracing the latest technology to provide the best outcomes in patient care, even when it veers from traditional methods. While I remain indebted to the generosity and to the good faith that have been bestowed upon me through my time at Notre Dame and throughout my life, I also realize that I am indebted to myself to continue to pursue my truth in breaking boundaries and achieving my dreams so that my son, as well as the future recipients of the scholarship fund, will certainly know and believe that for them, anything is possible. And as a note to the girls just beginning their journey to conquer their dreams, I want you to know that the road you travel is seldom paved with glitter and gold. There will likely be shards of glass disguised as beautiful diamonds on your path. You will mistakenly step on them, and the pain will be extremely, extremely sharp at times. The glass, however, will remain clear. And when you extract it from your shallow wound, you'll be able to look right through it and see your destiny still shining very brightly through. Continue to follow it.
Women are absolutely outstanding, and let's just give them one more round of applause. Started here at Notre Dame, and they have dedicated their life to giving back to others. So right now, I'd like to welcome back up to the stage our head of school, Meredith.
I am so honored to be able to introduce to all of you now our senior and our student speaker for this evening, Sophia Fritz.
Good evening. My name is Sophia Fritz, and I am a senior here at Notre Dame. I am thrilled to have the opportunity to speak with you all about my experiences at Notre Dame, how they helped cultivate me as a young woman and influence how I view myself and my future. Before choosing NDB, I considered several other schools. However, the connection I felt to NDB was unlike any other. Whenever I walked into the school during admission events, I felt a strong sense of home. The community appeared so vibrant and welcoming that I was naturally drawn towards it. In my gut, I knew attending NDB would be the most seamless move to make, and choosing NDB has proven to be the best choice I could have ever made. I remember my first day of my freshman year. My crisp new Notre Dame uniform, my bag full of fresh school supplies, and the pleats of my navy skirt as I walked through our beautiful front entrance. NDB does such an amazing job of injecting a feeling of community into every experience that my first day jitters were quickly settled, and I swiftly felt confident and proud to be a member of the Notre Dame community. Throughout my years here, I have consistently felt a similar sense of pride every single day walking through our front doors. Notre Dame has provided me with a vastly different education than I would have ever expected. Although I definitely guessed that I would grow as a student, what I could not have guessed is how much I would grow holistically because of NDB's strong and supportive community. I am so grateful to have participated in sports, leadership positions, clubs, and even AP classes. I have also been blessed by my many wonderful friendships and relationships because of the school and its affiliates. Something that has definitely impacted my future is my immense growth as a student. All of my classes at NDB have been thoroughly creative and invigorating in the way they are taught, as well as the material we learn within the courses. Throughout my 4 years here at NDB, one of my favorite courses has been English, thanks to the efforts of Mr. Rojas, my English teacher, and his passion for representation within literature. My junior year, when the opportunity came up to create my capstone project, I knew exactly the work I wanted to do.
evaluate diversity within literature. As a young woman of color, I feel that there is a large underrepresentation of marginalized communities within the books many of us read, and I wanted to change that. After reading over 100 books, I created a website where students can access my book recommendations. The website features books that are written by authors with diverse backgrounds, as well as books representing main characters from unique cultures and intersectionalities. I even helped convince the English department to put in a few books that I loved into the curriculum. I'm confident that this will be one of my many legacies left here at NDB after I graduate this spring. Alongside my amazing learning experiences as a student, I've also enjoyed my work in the school community outside of my classes. I have always been invested in being a leader within my community. When I ran for student council in 6th grade and was elected, I was immediately hooked, and I knew leadership is something I identified with to my core. Something that makes NDB special is the plethora of leadership opportunities provided, making leadership feel more approachable and inviting. I believe that any student really can make a difference if they feel passionately about it. Coming into NDB, I knew I wanted to participate in leadership. My first 2 years here, I participated in leadership clubs and the sophomore student council. My junior year, I was a member of the ambassador board, where I was a representative of the school, and I closely worked on all things admissions. This year, I am on the lead crew board, a continuation of my work with the class of 2026, where members work to make the freshman transition more seamless. I have taken a great deal of pride in being a representative of the community I so thoroughly love, and I am so grateful for the growth I have witnessed in myself because of leadership opportunities. Because of my work here at NDB, I know that I can make a difference anywhere with passion and hard work. Another aspect of my life is being an athlete. I've made it onto the volleyball and the JV track teams, winning first place in JV championships for 100-meter hurdles and high jump. I love the community that blossoms from team sports here at NDB, and as a Tiger at heart, I look forward to cheering on our teams each week at their games. Athletics have had such a positive impact on my experience here at NDB. One of my favorite aspects of NDB is the amount of clubs provided. I'm so blessed to have come to NDB because it has provided me with so many different opportunities to join unique, smaller communities. I've participated in over 20 clubs throughout my years here. Some of my favorites including Intersectional Feminism Club, I'm Diverse Club, Latina Club, and Book Club. All of these small niches have allowed me to find like-minded people with similar interests, as well as further develop my passions and knowledge on these topics. Clubs have been an amazing resource for my holistic growth. Another crucial aspect to NDB is the idea of faith life. I was raised in a Catholic education since kindergarten. However, NDB has helped me to further see the beauty in my own faith, as well as faith lives that differ from my own. One of my favorite experiences here at NDB has been going to Kairos twice, once as a retreatant and once as a leader. The retreat is full of opportunities for self-growth and gaining new perspectives. Coming back from the retreat both times, I felt like I came back fulfilled and with a new perspective, and will forever be appreciative of our religion department for the growth I have experienced. Another one of my favorite parts of NDB is that we are an all-girls school. I believe that being at an all-girls school definitely has positively impacted my growth as a student, as well as my confidence in being a young woman in the world. There is an extremely supportive feeling in my classes, and there's something so empowering about being led by women, taught by women, as well as being surrounded by women. I think being able to see those who have been in our place is so comforting, and being around women helps students to connect and see that we go through similar struggles in our lives. With so much credibility to NDB, I know I will only grow from here. I want to specifically thank my mom and dad, who are over there. I'm so grateful for you both, as well as the impact you've had on my life. Your support means the world to me, and I love you both. Looking back at all NDB has provided for me, I feel so blessed to have been gifted the opportunity to come to this school. NDB is one of the most beautiful and inviting communities I know. I walk proudly, knowing that I am lucky enough to be backed by such an amazing education, institution, and a community that supports me. I am lucky enough to be taught by some of the best teachers, and all the activities that I've loved and delved into throughout my years here have led me to be who I am today. A confident, ready for anything, and passionate young woman. This confidence does not leave me when I exit the campus. It follows me wherever I go and leads into every interaction and conversation I have with people, thanks to my well-rounded education. No matter where I go, I will forever represent my school with pride and honor. Thank you.
All right, we have heard some incredibly inspiring stories tonight, and hopefully they have given you a glimpse into what this school means to so many of us. Having myself returned home to Notre Dame this summer, I am reminded daily of what makes this community so unique, so impactful, so resonant in the hearts and minds of all who know and love the mission and work of NDB. As Sophia described, a Notre Dame education is not simply one that exists within four walls of a classroom, nor is it housed in the pages of textbooks and screens on a device. No, a Notre Dame education is one that is rich in the experiential, one which exudes vibrance and high engagement, one which binds participants together in a journey that explores the spirit. A Notre Dame education pairs empathy with enlightenment, tenacity with trust, rigor with religion. It is a launching pad for confidence, determination, and courage. A Notre Dame education is life-changing. One that finds its roots in all hallmarks, a series of 7 essential characteristics and values indicative of a Notre Dame education. On such an evening as this, I find myself inspired by Hallmark 2, dignifying all, Hallmark 4, committing to service, Hallmark 5, embracing diversity, and Hallmark 6, creating community. You being here with us tonight is a signal of partnership, an opportunity to join us in making private education, a Notre Dame education, accessible to any and all students who envision this as their own springboard towards success. We come together in community to dignify the talents and intellect of all students, creating the opportunity to serve them with a generosity of resources in order to expand the diversification of NDB's student populace so that all of our students may learn and grow with and from one another. So how do we get our students to a place of holistic enlightenment? Our faculty, as I refer to them, is a collection of the best and brightest in the business, all here to educate and support our students academically, socially, and spiritually. Immersive curriculum, both interactive and collaborative, lead our students down paths of self-discovery. Our faith formation, rooted in the mission and vision of St. Julie, allows students to connect with their own unique faith journeys and deepen their visions for changing the world. Because our students, our graduates, are changing the world. From their impact on colleges and universities to their resounding legacies in their professional endeavors, to being mothers nurturing their own children to take up this stead, Notre Dame alumni can do it all. And Notre Dame helps all students envision the possibilities that their futures can hold. Your partnership breathes life into the NDB sisterhood, opening doors for any and all students who want to be enveloped by this same community. 31% of NDB students receive financial aid and scholarships, with awards averaging over $11,000 per student. That's close to $1 million in aid given out each year. Something of which, with your support, we intend to grow, diversifying our recipients and aiming to increase individual awards to better serve the needs of our ever-evolving student body. In talking with a member of our administrative team about all that scholarships mean to our students, she said it best. Financial aid allows us to bring students from differing socioeconomic and cultural backgrounds, creating our own diverse community here in Belmont. Given the demographics of where we are on the peninsula, it benefits all of our students to engage with the larger world around them. So I ask you, will you join our team? Will you engage with our students in providing support for them to attend NDB? Will you help to enable a pipeline of financial resource and stability to students and their families to continue making NDB a tangible and life-changing experience? Will you embolden the mission and vision of St. Julie and all of the Sisters of Notre Dame to thrive here on Ralston Avenue? Your partnership enables education. Your generosity allows students to participate in all of NDB's events and activities. Your commitment fosters access to on-site mental health services. Your collaboration helps to grow our enrollment to the far reaches of the San Francisco Bay Area, diversifying our community and increasing the impact that is Notre Dame High School Belmont. My hope now is that you give at a level that feels comfortable to you in a way that feels the most accessible. 100% of donations this evening go to support student scholarships. Tables, QR codes on your programs, and square readers spread throughout the room. Student volunteers are roaming to provide assistance. You can identify them by the balloons that they are carrying. We are so grateful. I am so grateful that you are here with us tonight. Thank you for being a member of our Tiger family. Your support means everything to us. Thank you.